Hey everyone, one of the big obstacles that you're going to face in writing this program is basically coming up with an algorithm to be able to identify when you have a hand that is worthy of a payout. So you need to be able to identify all of the different poker hands so that you can then find out how much the player should be paid for getting that type of hand. So I'm going to run through all of them real fast. You can skip over this video if you're pretty familiar with poker and you know all the differences between the different hands. But for those of you who've never played before, this is going to give you an intro to the different types of hands in poker. What we're looking at right now is basically a nothing hand. This right here, we've got 5 cards. I guess I should start by saying all poker hands are 5 cards, and you need to see what do these 5 cards make. And in this case, these 5 cards make absolutely nothing. There's nothing special about what's going on here. Fairly random cards. But then the next best hand after that, we could have a pair. So this hand right here includes a pair of 4s plus some junk. So that is a 1 pair hand, but in our game of Let It Ride Poker, a single pair doesn't actually get you a payout unless that single pair is of 10s or better. So in this case right here we have 2 queens. So this pair is high enough in order to qualify. You could have a pair of 10s, pair of jacks, pair of queens, pair of kings, or a pair of aces, and that would qualify you for the pair of 10s or better payout. It doesn't matter what the order of your cards is at all here. These queens right here, we could separate them. It doesn't matter where they appear, just that you have 2 queens, therefore that's a pair of queens and it qualifies for the pair of 10s or better payout. Next up, we could have this right here. This is 2 pair. We have a pair of queens and we have a pair of 4s here. Again, the order doesn't matter at all. It's just that within our 5 cards here we have 2 pair, 2 4s, 2 queens. So that is 2 pair. It doesn't matter if they are better than the 10s. That was just for the single pair. So you could actually take these 2 queens out and replace it with, see that right there, this is still 2 pair. Any 2 pair is fine. A pair of 4s and a pair of 9s, that will qualify you for 2 pair. The next type of hand you could have, this right here is an example of 3 of a kind. We have 3 4s plus some junk. So any 3 cards that are the same value qualifies you for 3 of a kind. Then, following that, the next best hand you could have is a straight. So here is a straight. These 5 cards are in sequential order, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The order of these cards doesn't actually matter. This right here is still straight. It's the same with any 5 cards that you have in poker. The order that they are in your hand doesn't matter. Just the fact that you have 5 sequential cards, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They go in order, they're consecutive, so this qualifies as a straight. Typically, aces are considered high cards in poker, but whenever it comes to straights, you could potentially have a low ace straight, ace 2, 3, 4, can't find a 5, here's a 5. Ace 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a straight, 5 cards in order where the ace is low, or you could have an ace representing the high end of the straight. So ace could be either a 1 or a 14 in our case. And again, order doesn't matter. This is still a straight. 10, jack, queen, king, ace. Next best hand after a straight would be a flush. A flush is 5 cards that are all the same suit. So these cards right here, they are all spades. So this would be a flush. It doesn't matter what their value is, just that they all have the same suit. The hand better than a flush is a full house. Full house is essentially a mix of 3 of a kind and a pair. So here we have 3 queens and 2 threes. Any 3 cards and 2 cards makes a full house. So here we have 3 threes and 2 queens. That's fine also. Again, the order does not matter. So this right here is still a full house. We got 3 of something and then 2 of something. So here is 4 of a kind. We have all 4 threes represented here. A hand that is better than 4 of a kind would be a straight flush. Here is a straight flush. In this case, it is both a straight and a flush. We have all clubs, plus we have 5 in a consecutive sequential order here, 9, 10, jack, queen, king. There is a special type of straight flush, and that is the royal flush, which is the best hand that you can have. A royal flush is just a straight flush, but the high card is an ace. So this right here represents the best hand that you can get in poker. They're all the same suit, and it's a straight where the ace is the highest card, 10, jack, queen, king, ace. Again, doesn't matter what your order of the cards is. This right here is still a straight flush. I mean a royal flush. If you get all of these cards, you have a royal flush. Doesn't matter what the suit is. A royal flush made of hearts is the same as a royal flush made out of clubs. So those are basically the winning hands of poker. So obviously if you have the best hand, this right here, the royal flush, then that would be better than all of those other hands that I mentioned. Whereas if you had a straight flush, that would be the next best hand that you could possibly have. Then working your way down to a single pair or just a junk hand.